Well, g'day everybody and welcome back to NeoFly. So I apologise, it's been a few days since we've put an episode out. You will notice one thing though, because I am streaming NeoFly to build up money. We have a Piper PA-28 that we have actually rented. I've actually rented this aircraft. Let's go in there and click on that. As you can see, it's a rented plane, so insurance is covered. We can return it at any time. It currently only has 81 gallons of fuel in it, so I do want to add some fuel. I think we'll go to 180 pounds because we're only doing small flights. We're going to pay a premium for that fuel, which is a bit sucky. Now, I did take out a $150,000 loan because I got the Bonanza, the G36, the Beechcraft Bonanza, and I just forgot how much I hate that aircraft. I had no offense to anybody who flies a Bonanza, but I just forgot how much I hated that aircraft, and I really wanted an Arrow anyway. The only ones that were available were miles away. So what I did was I rented one and paid for the cost to have it flown over to where I was. So I repaid the $150,000, which was good. I needed the $150,000 because I needed a little bit of extra money to be able to get rent the Bonanza. So anyway, it is what it is. So the aircraft that we are flying, as I said, is the Just Flight PA-28 Arrow. Super happy to be in here. Unfortunately, I hope this changes. I know it's more realistic, but with NeoFly, you've got to have the particular aircraft with the particular livery of the one that you rent or buy, which is a bit of a pain in the ass because we have a HB PGA registration, and we're flying in Australia. And it'd be nice if you rent or buy a Piper Arrow that you could use any livery that you wanted. So hopefully that changes. We don't need the Cessna, the 152 anymore. It's really, with the payload and the passenger count and stuff that can take, we could probably sell it and put 150 grand in our coffers. It's insured for 1,250 a week at the moment. We could sell it for 125 grand, which I'm kind of interested in doing, because once we start getting to the point where we can actually have other pilots flying for us, we probably don't want them flying that. So it's probably an aircraft that's actually sitting there and costing us money. But then when we get the Islander, we will be able to use the island. We will be able to, obviously have the Arrow as an extra aircraft as well. So I think we might sell this aircraft for $125,000. There we go. It is done. All right, perfect. What do we got today? What have we got? We are currently in Clare Valley Airport, which is a lovely little airport north of Adelaide. If you ever get the chance to fly in there, definitely do it. What have we got? We've got a passenger run here for 3 passengers up to Jamestown, and I think I would really like to do that one. So let's do a passenger run, 3 passengers, because the Arrow does take 3 passengers, which is absolutely awesome. So this is our flight from Clare Valley up to Jamestown. Perfect. We've got 140 grand in our coffers. Got to love that. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a flight plan. Actually, we're probably going to fly direct to, I think. So I probably don't even need to do that. So we are going to, let's see, we are going to depart from YCVA. There we go. Search YCVA, Clare Valley, and I think we will go from parking 1, which sounds pretty good. We're going to head across to YJST, which is Jamestown. YJST, Jamestown Airstrip. Lovely. We're going to use real world weather. Let me see. Where are we? Live weather and time live. Beautiful. Okay. It doesn't give us an indication of exactly what the weather is, but we will find that out. I don't think we're just going to go direct GPS. That is probably the way to go. It is 10:30 a.m. in the morning. We are ready to go. We've got our aircraft. We've got all of our runways and everything set up. So let's head into fly. Lovely. Let's see what is on the books for us. All right. While that's all happening.
Dispatch to transporter. Let's take these passengers to their destination.
We shall do. Let's move our mixture into rich. Absolutely. Move our prop to full forward.
Boarding has started.
Just crack the throttle a little bit. Might just drop that down so that we can get our battery and our alternator on. Fuel pump on. And our beacons, our rotating beacons on. Perfect. Mixture's rich. We're cracked just a little bit. That's perfectly fine. Okie dokie, let's start this beast up. Clear prop, everybody. No, the fuel is... no, the fuel's off. Okay, cool.
Transporter from dispatch. Everyone is on board. Let's go.
Excellent. Let's get that fired up.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Lovely. Now, it's going to be a little bit of a problem getting out of here, isn't it? Ah, look. Haha. All right, lovely. Okay, so that is really, really cool. Let's just bring our prop down a little bit for taxi, and we'll bring our throttle down to about 1,000 on idle. Come on, down you go, down you go. 1,000 on the RPM is a good idling speed, or as close as you can get. It should sit there, and yep, that should be okay. All right, beautiful. We are heading to Jamestown, which is YJST. Let's do a. It's already set up anyway. Let's do a direct anyway on here, and in there we go. Let's go Y. I just want to make sure. J. There we go. I like to set these up manually anyway. HIJ, yes. S. There's S. T, Jamestown, Hubert Wilkins Airstrip. Let's enter that and activate that. We are now direct to. Microsoft. Microsoft, you've done it again. Let's throw in our co-pilot in. Let's throw the tow bar on, make sure the tow bar's on. Yeah, hello Christina. Welcome. We now have uniforms, guys. Now that we're getting a little bit professional. We now have uniforms. Alright, lovely. That'll do. Thank you very much. That's fine. You can stop there. Thank you, sir. I'm glad that you're alive. There we go. Perfect. Alright, we are going to do a right turn. Sorry, it just cracks me up. How they would even put pushback on small GA aircraft, and how they would not code it to be any different. All right, lovely. Round we go. Give it a little bit of oomph there. Beautiful. So I've got my hearing aids in at the moment. With it's the first time I've actually had my hearing aids in when I've got my headphones on, and it's quite bizarre. Oh yeah, I did just recently get some hearing aids last week to test, so because of industrial deafness, etc. All right, lovely. So what we need to do now is we need to announce our takeoff, because we're actually going out on the runway. We are departing north, so there we go.
Yankee Charlie Victor Alpha Traffic Piper Sierra Golf Echo taking off runway 35 north departure.
We are clear. This is if you love GA aircraft, and you love flying GA aircraft, and you want something a little bit different from flying the 172 and stuff, I would highly recommend this. I haven't done a review on it yet, but I am going to do a review on it. All right, we need one stage of flaps there. Lovely. Got to remember that this is an aircraft that has a landing gear in it. So we do need to include that as part of our procedures. All right, we'll get down the end. Clare Valley is actually quite a nice little airport. Quite a nice little airport. They also run some helicopter services out of Clare Valley Airport as well, because Clare Valley is a good little a winery region. Not quite as much as the Barossa and stuff like that, but it's well worth it. Okay, lovely. Here's our turnaround here. There's actually a run-up area there. We're not going to do a run-up. Let's make sure that our altimeter is set. Beautiful. Okay, our mixture is rich. Our prop is rich. I'm going to throw a little bit of toe brake on the left wheel to spin us around, and we are ready to go. All right, perfect. I'm very, very happy with that. Don't need pitot today because we do have decent temperature. Lovely. The other thing that we are going to do is we're going to throw that across to GPS. Everything else is okay. Let's see, let's double check. Fuel pump is on for taking off. Landing light is on. Our collision lights, mixture rich. Aircraft should be trimmed for takeoff there. Beautiful. And we've got one stage of flaps. All right, let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Off we go. Should be a good flight. I think we'll fly to a height of probably 2,500 feet. Okay, airspeed's active, full throttle. Do need quite a bit of right rudder on this aircraft. Quite a bit of right rudder on this aircraft. It's very, very touchy. Okay, 70 knots, and up we go. There we go. Perfect. So we do have
a nice flight.
We do have a crosswind coming from the left. As you can see, we're flying runway heading, but our nose is pointing to the left, but we're still maintaining our runway heading, which is pretty cool. Okay, we've got a positive rate. Gear up and flaps up. Let's trim the aircraft for a climb. Trim the aircraft for climb. What we want to do is we want to climb ourselves out at about 75 knots in this aircraft. 75 to 80 knots. Alright, what I am also going to do is I'm going to set the autopilot and the heading, and I'm going to throw us into nav as well. I'm going to also make sure that I continue to trim and control the speed in which we're climbing. Sometimes it can take a while for this aircraft to stabilize itself. It is a very, very unstable aircraft in specific situations. It can also take it a while to actually establish its heading, so it might go a little bit left, a little bit right, and you'll be turning left and right all the time. Let's bring that throttle down just a little bit. Okay, we can turn our fuel pump off now. Our landing gear is confirmed up. Our flaps are confirmed up. We'll just visually check that. And while we're doing that, we will continue to adjust our climb. We're nearly at 2,000 feet now. And we will level out at 2,500 feet. While we're doing that, we will contact Melbourne Centre and request a flight following.
Melbourne Center Piper Sierra Golf Echo is type Piper Arrow 2 miles north of Yankee Charlie Victor Alpha 2,400 feet. Request flight following.
Going to maintain that altitude. Squawk 5454. No worries. I don't know what's happened to air traffic control talking to me. And altitude. Okay, contact 3 miles north of YCVA 2,500, altimeter 299 is 0. Our altimeter is set to 299 is 0. Perfect. Let's acknowledge that.
Roger, Piper Sierra Golf Echo.
Perfect. Now we could request IFR clearance, but we don't need to at this particular point in time. So let's establish ourselves into a nice cruise. Let's bring the throttle back, the mixture back just a little bit, watching that exhaust gas temperature. There is an optimal bug on, an optimal on there, as you can see, where that red line is, and we have peaked. So now we go forward. You can see that we've peaked with the exhaust gas, and now it's going down. So we bring our mixture forward a little bit more until it peaks at the very top. We put in a reference for that peak, which is right there, and then we go forward about 10% more, and that should run it quite well. All right, everything is going really well for this flight so far. Let's just get rid of that. Okay, so we're sitting at about 2600 on our RPM. I would like to bring that back a little bit. I would really like to bring that back to about 25, 24. So we'll bring that back there to about 24,000 or 2400, sorry. And that should give us a relatively good cruise speed if we bring our throttle up as well. And as you can see, our cruise speed now is going up. I probably want to cruise at about 120, 125 if I can. Lovely. We're currently tracking 355. We are 25 nautical miles out from our destination. Nav is set. Our altitude is set. Everything else is set. So now it's just a matter of bloody enjoying the ride. Enjoying the ride, guys. Okay, hello. If you are Takeoff S2468 in a Cessna 208, then hello to you. I've got online. I'm set up for online, so anybody that we see here will be online. Hey, you looking extremely gorgeous today, Christina. Extremely gorgeous there. Your bun is always so perfect. It is always so perfect, and you look great in a uniform, I must say. All right, perfect. Everything is looking good. Let's just continue to monitor how we're going. When we're about maybe 5 nautical miles out, 4 nautical miles out, we'll probably contact traffic, let them know what we're doing. Traffic at Jamestown, let them know what we are doing, and yeah, Hubert Wilkins. So what we can do now is, while we're doing that, I can come into a little nav map, and I can hover over that, and I can see what type of winds and stuff we're going to be expecting. So 34023, I think. So it's going to be it's going to be a bit of a tough landing. We are going to be landing on we're going to be landing on runway 34, I think. Yep, 34 it is. Okay, beautiful. So other than that, everything else is okay. Sweet. I wonder where Takeoff is going. Takeoff. He's sitting at well, he's climbing. He's climbing at the moment, so he's at 7,800 feet and climbing. All right, lovely. So we are north of Adelaide at the moment, and yeah, flying out here. I do want to head more north in this. I am probably, and let me know what you guys think, I am probably going to considering doing an on-air career as well alongside of our NeoFly career. Let me know what you guys think about that. And just making some adjustments there, guys, to peak and then bring it forward 10%. Let me know what you guys think of that possibility. And if I do, then I will probably be doing that career, the on-air career in the United States. So, because I don't want, obviously at the moment in Australia, as I was saying, at the moment in Australia, then it's actually quite green. It's actually quite green. So, whereas in Microsoft, it's just all completely and utterly brown. Now, it does get brown like this during, we do have a lot of wind, don't we? It does get brown like this during the summer, but during the winter, it definitely greens up. So, perhaps flying in the United States will be we're going up and down, Christina, is probably going to be a good thing. So that's the town of I think it's Sholding. I think that town. It's a tiny little town of Sholding, out in the Clare Valley. All right, he's kind of leveled himself out at 7,858 feet. Lovely. You've got to love it, don't you? You've got to love your flying. You've just got to love your flying. All right, let's get back into the cockpit and start looking at what we are going... Sorry, that was the weight. Start looking at what we're going to do. Normally I have those windows off screen, but I've decided that I'm not going to for now. I'm just gonna bring them up on screen when I need to. But we do need to continually to monitor that, because for some reason Melbourne Centre doesn't have a voice. So, all right, lovely. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set ourselves up. We're 17 nautical miles out. We're coming in on runway 34. Runway 34 is approximately in that direction there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring our heading bug around. There we go, lovely. And I am actually going to change our autopilot to heading, and we'll keep that running that way. Because what I want to do is I want to run offside of our direct GPS track and line myself up with runway 34 before we actually get there, and I want to do sort of a long approach. So just going to bring that around a little bit more. Lovely. And you'll see now we're actually running off of our GPS track now, as you can see by that little line down there. So you'll see that this is tuned to our GPS. That's tuned to the heading that we should be doing on our GPS course. And this here shows us whether we're left or right of our GPS course. At the moment, we're right of our GPS course. The course itself is left. So, but that's okay. We don't need that at the moment. All right, what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to start slowing the aircraft down a little bit as well. Yeah, she's going to be a bumpy one going in there, guys. She's going to be an absolute bumpy one going in there. I think we've got gusts up to 33 knots. Yeah. Bring that down so that we sort of steady everything off and stable everything off at the moment until we're probably in line with the airport and the runway. So, which we can have a look at on that. Let's just jump into here and change our range. Going the wrong way. There we go. There's our runway actually runs through there, so we want to line ourselves up with that, most definitely. And once I feel we're kind of in line, then we will turn and fly direct to the airport, and hopefully a straight in flight. Yep, definitely enough wind for all those to be going today. Definitely enough wind for all those to be going today. All right, I'm going to change our heading now, and we will start our turn into the runway. Let's give that a little bit of a turn there, and we'll bring our heading bug around. That's our heading bug there, right there. We'll bring that around and let the aircraft spin around. We should now be flying almost directly towards the airport. Almost directly towards the airport, so... Alright, so it's lovely. When I do stream this, guys, you are welcome to fly along on anything that I'm flying on the stream. You're welcome to jump into your own aircraft and fly along with me, so keep that in mind. So definitely when you see that I'm streaming, whether I'm streaming NeoFly or whether I'm just doing, you know, just some general flights and stuff, you're very welcome to come and fly along. So okay, which last Saturday night we had a couple of people come in and fly with us. We did a flight into Parafield Airport in Cessna 208s. Believe it or not, which are absolutely awesome aircraft. Now, I am probably going to get myself the Kodak at some point, the Kodak 100 at some point, when I can afford it. So, I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'm just sort of keeping my eye out here. We're kind of not really super in track for the runway, but we should be alright at this particular point in time. We are currently 11 nautical miles out, so we're going to do some radio calls at some point in time. We'll just check our radios, everything's okay. Okay guys, we're about 6 nautical miles out, or 6.5 nautical miles out. I'm just going to tune to traffic for Hubert Wilkins, which is right there. Now, it's... There we go, we'll select a runway for landing. We are landing on runway 34. We're going to do a full stop landing, and we're going to announce our position here.
Yankee Juliet Sierra Tango Traffic Piper, Sierra Golf Echo 6 miles south, 2,300 feet inbound to land runway 34.
All right, perfect, lovely. Now what we've got to do is, it's always really difficult to find these little airstrips. Now this airstrip is... it's worth noting this airstrip is actually at 1,550 feet. So we're currently maybe about 900 feet above the runway surface. So I'm going to maintain this. We're going to maintain this height that we're at the moment, which is 2,250, and we're going to find our way in. It's actually on the very edge of the town there. What I'm going to do now as well is I'm just going to bring us around a little bit. The runway should be running down the side of the town there, basically. So I'm going to bring us in a little bit. And I'm going to give us one stage of flaps as well. We're in the wide arc, so I'm going to bring down one stage of flaps. Start getting prepped for a landing. Let's see, we're going to put our fuel pump on. We're going to make sure that our mixture is rich and that our prop is rich. No pit out required. Just going to maintain probably about... I'll probably drop down to about 80 knots, I think. Lovely. We'll see if we can... There's the runway right there. As you can see, it's running right there, right alongside town. So I think what we might do now is we might take this over ourselves. So we'll turn the autopilot off. Bring ourselves around a little, and we will line ourselves up with the runway. We'll call final soon, which is perfectly fine. Need to maintain a certain speed. Let's trim the aircraft a little bit as we're coming in. just to try and maintain a relatively level, but with a decent amount of speed. She is a very temperamental aircraft to. She's a very temperamental aircraft to trim as well. So I've actually found this aircraft very temperamental to fly, to be honest. Sometimes it's a little over responsive, sometimes it's not. Let's just drop our nose down. As you can see, that it just wants to continually change, but we are in some pretty serious wind anyway. So let's bring our nose down. There we go. Let's bring our throttle down a little bit. We're going to turn into final now. I'm going to throw in another stage of flaps. We're going to get the warning, guys, that we're at landing flaps and that the gear is not down. I'm just going to wait for the aircraft to stabilize itself. And now that the flaps have stabilized themselves, I'm going to throw our gear down. And we're going to come in to land. All right, let's check, double check. 3 green, perfect. Fuel pump is on for landing. Our landing lights are on. Let's call ourselves final.
Yankee Juliet Sierra Tango Traffic Piper Sierra Golf Echo is on final runway tree 4 to land.
Lovely, lovely. Good morning, Jamestown. Good morning. We just need a little bit more in regards to our descent rate there. Bring that down. All right, lovely. Very, very high at the moment. I don't want to go too low over these houses, though, to be honest. And I'm sure they probably don't want us doing that, although it is about 11 o'clock in the morning. We have a lot of rough wind today, guys. I'm using real world weather again today, so we're gonna have a tough crosswind landing, as you can see. Another crosswind, like in the previous episode. Got some aircraft there, so we're gonna land. If we do need to go around, we're gonna flaps up, full power, gear up, and power ourselves out of the airport, fly runway heading, and come around for another circuit. Need a little bit more oomph. There we go, lovely. Okay, when we hit the ground, we are definitely going to need to right rudder just before we touch down. Right rudder. There we go, lovely.
Make your way to parking via the taxiway.
All right, there's 3 very, very happy passengers. 3 very happy passengers.
Shut down your engine.
Maybe a little bit. You can see the windsock there. Oh my goodness, yeah. We find some tough conditions to fly in, don't we? Some very tough conditions to fly in. But to be honest, guys, that was lovely. I do love doing a crosswind landing. Okay, flaps up. Flaps are up. Fuel pump off. Don't need the fuel pump on anymore. The aircraft is probably going to try and nose a little bit into the wind, so we probably need to counteract that. She is getting blown around a lot. Now, what we would do normally in this type of wind is, and I'll show you this. What we would do normally is we would have our, we would be basically taxiing like that to bring the right wing down, because what you find is if you've got such a massive breeze coming from the right hand side of the aircraft, it's trying to lift that wing up and flip the aircraft. So do have to be very, very careful of that. Let's head around here. It's a little bit of poor taxiing there. I do need to check my sensitivity settings because it is playing up a little bit. We really don't want to be refueling, so should be able to announce that we're clear of the runway now. No, let's go back. Announce clear of runway. I pressed the wrong button there. All right, lovely.
Yankee Charlie Victor Alpha Traffic Piper Sierra Golf Echo is clear of the runway.
I'm not going to park where he wants me to park, because the last thing I need is another pushback vehicle in front of us. All right, parking brakes on. Let's just double check. Flaps are up. Everything is okay there. We'll probably bleed the mixture there.
Transporter.
Start the engine.
Disembarkation in progress. Stand by.
Beautiful. Let's open the doors so that everybody can get out. Let's put some chocks under the wheels. Let's open the cabin door and the baggage door as well so that everybody can get in and out of the vehicle. While that's happening, we can now turn off our anti-collision, our beacon and our landing lights. Everything's good. Bring the prop back, and everything else is okay. We should be able to run that over to there. Alternator off.
Dispatch.
And battery
Disembarkation
off.
completed. Thank you. See you soon for another mission.
Disembarkation is complete.
Everything is on board.
Okay, lovely. So that was another flight. That was good. That's added some more money to our kitty. It's also added to our experience level, which we need to get to 3,000. So we've got a lot of flights there. That's our finances. You can see our finances sort of. Oh, sorry, that's our landing feet per minute. We landed at about -19 on that flight. -14. What a beautiful landing. If only I had done that in my test flight, in my qualification flight. -14 in a crosswind. That's actually pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. What else have we got here? Mission types, reward, most used aircraft, fly time, fly distance. So you got a lot of stuff in there. So the Cessna 152 is the most flown aircraft. And you can see we did one flight in the Bonanza as well. All right, guys. I think that that is actually pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that flight. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Keep your eyes out. I'm doing after this, I'm going to record a little nav map tutorial with the G1000 and stuff. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it very much. Don't forget to hit like if you want to see more NeoFly. And also let me know what you think about me doing on air again and doing a series on air. So let me know. Thanks for watching. From Christina and I, we will see you next time.